Hello, welcome. How are you feeling? Okay, so welcome to pregnancy yoga. Come and take a seat. We're going, just if you've got a pillow, just grab a pillow. We're going to use that just to sit on for the minute. So just bring yourself into a nice comfortable seated position. Just check in with your hips. Notice what feels nice. I'm just going to have your toes together for the moment. Hands holding onto your ankles and roll the shoulders back. Draw your chin down to your chest. Take a deep breath in here. Sigh the breath out. Really good. Another deep breath in. If you need to make some changes to your posture, you might want to wiggle your hips slightly. You just want to make sure that you're comfortable here. If your hips aren't feeling that nice, all stretched out, you've got the option to have one leg extended, one foot tucked inside your thigh. That's a little bit of a gentler option. Or if you want to really stretch into your hips, maybe cross your legs, just bring your knees nice and low down to the floor. The pillow you're sitting on, that's just going to help just to tilt your pelvis forward slightly, lengthen through your spine, and allow you just to create as much space in the body as possible. So our breath is really important to create space in it. And you'll notice as we inhale, our belly's going to expand. As we exhale, belly's going to just soften. And I want you just to get into that habit of breathing in, but deep down into your belly. So wherever you're sitting, just going to bring one hand to your baby, one hand to your heart. You're going to breathe in and fill your belly. Feel your hand moving away. Exhale, release, blow the breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. And not only does your belly expand as you inhale, but your chest expands. So really focus on allowing the breath in and out. Focus on the length of the exhale. So breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and out for 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can find a natural rhythm, breathing in and out, counting. You're bringing your attention into your breath as opposed to thinking about anything else. So you're breathing, counting, finding a natural rhythm, finding a natural flow, and slowly starting to settle here into your posture, into your practice, giving yourself some self-care. Lovely. Taking another 2 rounds here. So counting in for 4, out for 4, or maybe even longer. Just notice how your breath feels as it comes in and out, nourishing your body. And then we're going to just bring our attention to our hands. So we've got one hand on our baby, one hand on our heart. And I want you to just take a moment and acknowledge the journey, the connection. And invite the breath in. Allow it to enter through your nose, flow slowly down through your throat, your heart, and then finally down to your belly, to your baby. And imagine, or think about the journey that breath takes. So as your breath moves in through your nose, it's nourishing you, it's cooling, it's focusing. And as it moves down through your body, coming into your heart, think about what you do to that breath, how that breath changes from coming out in from the outside into your body, passing through your heart and kind of picking up your energies, your love, and then coming down to your baby. And just really acknowledging the breath, the journey the breath's on is just you and your baby. And just breathing in and out is a really beautiful way to connect with your baby, because you take that breath in, you share your love, and then you send that love down to your baby, where your baby is nourished, comforted, cared for, loved. And the breath becomes really, really important in terms of nourishing your baby, nourishing you, and just allowing you to find tools to ground and connect, slow down and relax during your pregnancy. So the breath is a really powerful tool. And as we prepare for birth, prepare to become a new mum, getting all these tools in our toolbox is kind of what we need to be doing. So just allow the breath to come in and out, noticing how you feel, noticing how more of an intention you have as you inhale and share that love with your baby. And another nice thing to think about is as the breath travels back up from your baby, passes through your heart as well. So that exchange of energy, it not only comes from you to your baby, but also from your baby back up to you. So you're nourishing each other. Your relationship's already created. You're already a mother. This is already your child. So just smile and enjoy that moment where you really acknowledge what's going on here, the magic, beauty. And breathe in the deepest breath in through the nose, the biggest breath you'll take all day. Deep down into your belly, and then as you exhale, blow the breath away. So really soft O with your mouth. Just so you're breathing with a purpose. And that breath that you blow out is controlled. It's all equal. And it's your way of controlling the situation. So anytime you feel overwhelmed, anytime you feel stressed, upset, tired, hungry, anything, just come back to the breath. So breathe in and blow gently. Imagine you're blowing away dandelion seeds up into the distance. And another funny thing happens when you do blow that breath away. Your belly starts to draw back. So you're drawing your baby back up into your spine as you blow away. So it's a funny way of kind of feeling the air leave your body, but it's quite forceful but controlled. So you're going to hug your baby back towards your spine. As you breathe out, notice if maybe your vaginal area, your pelvis starts to soften slightly, a little bit open. Notice if your jaw's clenched, if your jaw's relaxed, just rock into your jaw. Maybe lick your lips and just have a really soft opening. And the more you relax in your jaw, the more you relax in your pelvis, the more you relax in your birthing canal. So you can really practice as early on as possible just to get that engagement and release. So breathe in, expand, and then as you exhale, slowly release and see if you can notice it. Take another 2 rounds. Inhale. Breathe that life into your baby. Exhale. Your baby shares that love and life back with you. Again, inhale. Blow it away. Once more. Inhale. Deepest breath you'll take all day. Really sit up nice and tall. Feel your body, feel your belly, and blow it away. Bring your hands together at your heart. Close your eyes. We're just going to start the practice with an intention. Saying to yourself that everything your baby needs is here inside you. You, yourself, everything your baby needs. So bring one hand to your heart again, and actually both hands to your heart, so you can really believe it. Everything my baby needs is here. I am everything my baby needs. And just smile. Really good. You're going to bring your arms out to the side, really active, fingers active. And then you're going to reach your hands across your chest. Swap sides. You're going to reach back towards your shoulder blades. Really give yourself a hug. So walk those fingers back as much as you can. You're stretching into your shoulders. And you've got your elbows together. And you're going to look forward. And you're squeezing those shoulders. Hug your baby tight up into your spine. So your spine is lovely and long. You're rooting down through your sit bones. You're sitting up tall through the crown of your head. Your shoulders are melting away from your ears. And you're giving yourself a hug and you're squeezing those shoulders. Good. Inhale, exhale, arms come out to the side. Inhale here, roll those shoulders back. As you exhale, bend your elbows. You're going to really open up here. So your elbows are in line with your shoulders, palms face forward, and you're going to draw those hands back so they're in line with your ears. Your chest is open. Your really beautiful collarbone is nice and strong and brave, and your arms are up and the elbows are in line with your shoulders. You're going to look over your left shoulder, come back to the center, look over your right shoulder, come back to the center. Breathe in, release your hands down to the floor. Find that floor, spider fingers. If you need to change the cross of your legs, do that now. I sometimes get a bit pins and needly, so just stretch your legs out in front of you, roll your ankles and toes, and then swap sides, or maybe swap the actual position. Do this way, I think. Yeah, ankles a bit tight. So fingertips on the floor, I call them spider fingers. So you're going to cup the floor. You've got all 5 fingers on the floor. You're going to have your elbow bent, your left elbow bent. You're going to find a space behind, just next to your left hip. As you breathe in, your right hand comes up. You're going to roll that right hand behind your ear, lengthen through the right side of your body. Now just check in here, see how tall you can get. Reach up as high as you can. You want to have really active hands. You want to look down to your left wrist. You want to look up to your right elbow crease. A couple times, just check in, okay? No sudden movements, just slowly, slowly. Bending down into the left elbow. Reach up as high as you can. And without collapsing on your shoulder, without collapsing on your chest, you want to reach your hand over to the left. Now, when I say collapsing, I mean nothing like this. You want to keep as much space as possible in your torso. So beautiful, long, proud arms, proud chest, bending through the left elbow. And as long as you can keep this pose, this space here in your chest, reach over, over, over. You don't want to lift your sit bones, you don't lift your hips. You want to keep both sit bones on the floor and you're stretching, opening, inhaling, exhaling. Good. Back to the center, swap sides. Spider fingers again. You're going to come over to the right. So just roll that right shoulder, walk the right hands up, bend the elbow, reach up through the left arm. Again, just check in with your alignment. You want to make sure both sit bones are on the floor. You want to make sure this left shoulder stays nice and open. You're not kind of coming over. You're keeping as much space here in your belly as you can. You're going to look up to the left fingertips and then reach over if you can. Beautiful stretch with the left side of your body. Just check in, look down, look up. Keep breathing, moving through the breath, reaching over to the right as much as you can. Really good. Breathing in, exhale, release, hands outside your hips, shoulders up to your ears, roll them back. Again, a couple of times. Just do what feels good here. And the other way. Good. Give your arms a shake. Go do the same on the other. We're going to do that another time. See if we can just open up any further. If you want to swap the cross of your legs again, do that now. So you might just want to take a different posture. You might even want to have your legs out. You're going to just really work on opening up through these hips, but keeping your torso as straight as possible. So when you're ready, sitting back, left hand comes out to the side, walk the left hand over, bending to the left elbow, rolling that right shoulder back, arm comes up. You've got the shoulders stacked, you've got the chest open, look up, look down, reach up, and over, only if you have space. So keep rolling that right shoulder back over your ear, breathing in and out. If you can see yourself, perfect. Just so you can keep checking in, reaching over. You want to feel a stretch here. You don't want to feel anything on your lower back, okay? You want to really focus on stretching your torso. Back up to the center, swap sides. Right hand walks over, bend the elbow, reach up. Check in, make sure everything feels as it should. Nothing should be hurting in your lower back. Everything is just really focused on stretching your side body. And that may feel uncomfortable because we don't do it enough. Breathing in, lengthen. Breathing out, reach over. Good. It's no race. Take it slow. Breathing in here. Exhale, hands come down. We are going to roll forward now onto your hands and knees. So coming onto your hands and knees, you're just going to start to slowly move through your joints. Okay, so you're going to sit back onto your heels, roll forwards, coming forwards and backwards. Sorry, just put this up. And I want you to just be quite instinctive here. So if it feels nice just to sway your hips from side to side, then go for it. If it feels nice to come forward and move slowly, draw circles over your wrists, then go for it. If your wrists don't feel nice like this, come down onto your forearms. Now this makes it a little bit harder, a little bit more strength because you're engaging into your arms a little bit. But you don't want to put pressure on your wrists. Another option is to grab your pillow and just grab your pillow so that there's not so much pressure on your wrists as you move through, maybe coming into a figure of 8. But the idea here is just to kind of get accustomed to moving your body in a way that feels good. When you're ready, we're going to come into a child's pose. If you've got your pillow in front of you, a lovely way just to relax is have your pillow lengthways out in front of you. You've got space for your bump on behind the pillow, knees out to the side. So you want your knees as wide as the mat, toes together. Sit down on those heels, walking yourself forward, and you're going to rest your head and chest maybe on the pillow. Just let your belly drop and just rock your hips from side to side. Maybe you can bring your head onto the pillow and just roll so that your forehead's on the pillow, and you might be able just to roll side to side so you're massaging your third eye. Reaching your hands forward, hips are stretching, breathing in and out, keeping your head down, moving with the breath. Take a deep breath in and sigh the breath out. Good. Bring yourself back up into that tabletop position. If you need to use the pillow, have your pillow in front of you, maybe coming down onto your forearms, maybe staying hands on the floor. Now we're going to come forward and back, forward and back. So you're starting to build strength in your upper body. Now, you may think, I don't need this. However, your baby will grow. When your baby's born, yeah, maybe 6-7 pounds, but building strength in your upper arms and your upper body so that you can carry that child without constantly having a bad back. It's all preparation. So we're really prepping yourself here, just moving forward and back. So you're releasing your hips and drawing yourself forward. And being on those forearms just gives you more of surface area, so you're not putting too much pressure. You're very welcome to come up onto your hands to do this. It's also nice because you just drop your belly down and push yourself forward. Another one to even build any more strength is as you come forward, you come down onto your forearms, and then you bring yourself up. So you're going to push down through those forearms, engaging through your triceps, and then you're going to push yourself up so your elbows tuck in. You can sit back to your left heel, reach your arms forward, move over to your right heel, and then if you want to, elbows on the floor, draw yourself forward and push up. Okay, it's quite strong. Left hip, right hip, no, left heel, right heel, have a little wiggle, elbows on the floor, push yourself up. Okay, so take a couple of rounds of those, inhaling and exhaling, just making it feel like it's an exercise for you. Okay, so just moving quite instinctively, maybe doing some figure of eights, rolling forwards and back. And then we're going to just settle back in your child's pose, toes together. Sit down on those heels, draw the hands forward, head comes to the floor. Taking a breath in, sighing the breath out. In, out. Last one, inhaling, exhaling. Beautiful. Walk your hands back to under your shoulders. Bring yourself back into a tabletop position. We're going to bring your right foot outside your right hand. Okay, so it's quite wide. And you're going to rock forwards and backwards. So as you come forwards, you're moving into those hip flexors, you're stretching it out. And as you come back, maybe lift the toe up, stretch your hamstring, but just have a play. You don't need to go as deep as your hamstring if it's not, doesn't feel comfortable to you. If you run or if you're doing a lot of exercise, and this is a really nice thing to do, if you're quite tired and you just want to rest, then just have a play. Okay, if you want to take this any deeper and you already have a yoga practice and you do feel that your hips are open, grabbing your pillow again, this is optional. You can bring your elbows down onto the floor, just increase the stretch, but it's optional. Okay, you might want to draw circles here. It's all about exploring what feels good in your body. Come to stillness. You're going to make sure those toes face forward. Bring your right elbow up onto your right knee. Breathing in and out. You're going to sweep your left hand up and back. Up and back. See if your chest can open as you do it. So you're looking back. Get a nice little quick click in your little blow back. And back. Once more. Up and back. Really good. Hands come back down. Release your right foot. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm just going to move back because I noticed that my hand came out of the frame. So same on the other side. Left foot outside your left hand. Take it slow. Start moving. Inhaling and exhaling. It doesn't matter if you inhale on the way back or inhale on the way forward. It's just about you finding what feels good and having the confidence to explore. So all of this is safe, okay? And any movement that encourages you to stretch your inner thighs is brilliant, because in order for your baby to be birthed, you need to really stretch. The tightness is what causes uncomfort, and we're learning how to let go. So the more stretched you are in terms of muscles, the more natural it will feel to let go in your mind, in your body. Come back, come to stillness. Left elbow comes up to your left knee. Bring your right hand up and reach back, and maybe look over the right fingertips, sweeping up, back. You can squeeze your bum here. It's good just to kind of keep everything solid. And also, if you feel that your belly's kind of heavy here, imagine you're drawing your baby back to your spine. Maybe you're giving your baby a hug, or you might want to bring your left hand to your baby, just if you feel that you need that support. Really good. Once more, up and back. Hands come back down onto the floor. We are going to take your right foot to the back. Just change where I am. So right foot comes back. You're going to flex that right foot and just stretch your heel back and forwards. So coming forward and backwards. Again, you're working into your wrists here. If you need to come down into your forearms, you are very welcome to. It may end up feeling a little bit more strenuous on your arms, but you don't put the pressure on your wrists. Breathing in and out, and then coming back to the opposite side. So your right foot stretching your heel back, stretching into your ankle. Good. And then from here, you can maybe draw your hand forward. So again, taking the right foot back to the, so you're on your toes, come forwards and backwards. And then when you're ready, just lifting the right foot up. So you don't want to be high, you don't want to be hinged, you don't want to be collapsing in your hips, you want to have everything in line. So your right foot's flexed away from you, your right hip's in line with your left hip, you're only up a couple of inches. So just have a look, see if you can maybe make some adjustments, make sure that everything is in line. When you're there, maybe bring your left hand forward. You're going to have active fingers. Deep breath in, release. Other side, left foot to the back, tuck the left toes, lift the left foot up a couple of inches, flex the left foot away from you, right hand comes forward, draw your baby back towards your spine, hug your baby in nice and tight, breathing in, exhale, hand on the floor. Take another child's pose, toes together and sit down onto your heels, reach the hands forward, draw your forehead down onto the floor, and just breathe here, inhaling and exhaling. Really good. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay. One more inhale. And then as you exhale slowly, bring yourself back up into your tabletop position. We're going to work our way up to standing. And we're going to do it the yoga way. So toes tucked, knees up, walk your hands back towards your feet so that you can bring your heels onto the floor, and we are opening up into our hips. Really, really, really beautiful squat position. This can be quite comfortable. I have walked myself back to the wardrobe. If I shuffled back, I could rest my head, my back against the wardrobe. So if you can, go back to the wall, and then that can really help just to take pressure off and really drop your hips down as much as possible. I might just move back. So if you're at the wall, you can sit back and just push everything back and breathe. It's a really strong hip opener. It's a really nice preparation exercise. Maybe bring your hands to your baby. Breathe in, sigh it out. Bring your hands back down onto the floor. So to bring yourself up to standing, once you've got your hands on the floor, you just want to turn your feet in slightly. And the more, as you come up, you're going to just turn the feet in as you move. So hands on the floor, chin tucks into your chest. You're going to lift your hips up and then turn your feet in. Your feet stay a little bit wider than your hips, and your head looks through your knees. Your belly can tuck inside your thighs. You can bend your knees as much as you want. We're in a lovely, relaxing, primal forward fold. You might want to sway here, stretch into your hips. It's all very primal. And then slowly, you're going to round your spine and unravel. Bring yourself up to a standing forward fold, standing mountain pose. Great. Once you're here, hands come to your baby, soften your knees, and just roll into your hips. So the idea is just to kind of make all of these movements really functional. So it's almost like having a little dance. So you're going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to let everything go. Okay, then just bring your hands into fists. Bring your hands to either side of your hips and just kind of sway from side to side. So this is a Kundalini style exercise, and it's very much an intuitive movement. So you're going to take a deep breath in, and then as you come to one side, you're just going to puff the breath out 3 times. We're just going to go and the other way. So take a deep breath in, and if you want to kind of push down as you exhale, it's just a really nice way just to kind of let go of any energy that's not really necessary at the moment. So just swaying side to side, taking a deep breath in, stopping, and the other way. So just take a few moments here. Just letting go of anything that's worrying you. Whatever comes into your head, let it go. Okay? Breathing in, swaying. Really good. And then come, shake it all off, shake your legs off. And we are coming to a beautiful standing mountain pose. Now, your mountain pose, so I keep coming forward, so I want to see, but I'm just going to kind of talk you through posture. So you got your hands on your baby, all right? So you imagine everything's kind of getting bigger and you're kind of wanting to lean forward just to take that pressure off your hips, which is completely understandable. But what you want to do is keep that strength in your lower abs. So anything where you feel tightness up here is a no-no, but anything where you feel tightness or any kind of strengthening in your lower abs is completely fine, okay? So to do that, once you close your eyes, bring your hands to your baby. Then I want you to imagine you're scooping your baby up. So you're scooping your baby out of your pelvis and tucking your baby tight and behind your ribs. You might feel like that's happening already. But I want you to imagine that your whole body is giving your baby a hug. And once you do this, you engage into your core. You're still breathing normally. So it's not like you're holding your breath. You're breathing normally, but you're engaging through your tummy. So your core is staying nice and strong. And it is also going to help with elasticity of your skin and the healing postnatally. So this is important to do. This is going to improve your pelvic floor strength. This is going to improve any back pain, because what happens is you lift your baby up and instead of kind of being hanging, you start to have a little bit more control. And if you can just imagine that Michael Jackson thrust type thing, you hug your baby up, you're going to squeeze your bum and you're going to just get that muscles working so that you've protected your lower back. Okay, so your baby's hugged nice and tight, and it's a nice thing to think about. So instead of thinking I've got to engage my core, I've got to work on my pelvic floor, you're thinking about hugging your baby, sharing that love with your baby, and your baby's here on your journey. So in a way, this hug is protecting you and protecting your body. Okay, so hugging your baby in. And in another way to find some release of any lower back pains, any pelvic pains, is just to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and just come forward and backwards, forward and backwards. Another great way to practice this is by standing at the wall. So you'd have your forearms on the wall and just coming forwards and backwards, even to the point where you just stand at the wall and stay still, because it just drops everything out of the pelvis. So just forwards and backwards, transferring that weight, hugging your baby in, just nice and relaxed. And then we're going to take that stance with 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, hands on your hips, soft knees. We're just going to round your spine, okay? So again, this can be done against the wall. I always recommend it if you get that kind of stiffness in the middle of the night where you wake up and you can't walk, you need to go to the toilet and everything is just stuck. So I just say get up, put 1 foot in front of the other, turn your back foot on a slight diagonal so you've got those hips facing forward, and just wriggle your hips backwards and forwards. Okay, and then if you're using the wall, elbows on the wall and just kind of lean forward, maybe have a little dance. We're going to swap sides, so swapping opposite foot back, opposite foot forward, hands on your baby. Also, you'll notice that actually it feels different on both sides, so find the side that works for you and then it's your go-to. Okay, this is coming from someone who's had sciatica, PGP, my last baby was breech, I had 1 foot down here, 1 foot up there, it was just like, I can't move. So this does work. It doesn't remove the pain forever, but it's an instant relief. Really good. Come back to standing with your hand on your baby, soft knees. We're going to do what we call a camel tuck. So stand from the side, one hand on your lower back, one hand on your baby, soft knees. Breathe in, hug everything in, draw everything into the midline. So sucking everything up. Then as you breathe out, you're going to kind of squat back, Release your belly down, okay? Breathe in, hug it all in. Exhale, let it all go. And now we're going to add some breathing. So you're going to breathe in, hug the baby in. Breathe out, you're going to blow. So just tilt the pelvis back as you blow. Inhale. This is almost like your contraction, and blow as you breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Really good. Okay, so I'll come back to standing. So another good pelvis protector is with your feet in third position. So one heel's just tucked inside the instep of the opposite foot. Again, hug your baby up towards your spine. So hug your baby, tuck your baby, roll your shoulders back. Okay, so you're going to breathe in, zip everything up into the midline, so everything's engaged. As you breathe out, you can bring your hands out to the side, you can keep your hands on your baby, but you're going to do a plie, okay? And then as you breathe in, hug everything in, take the back foot out to the side, really close to the floor, slide it back in, and exhale into that plie. And as you do this, you are strengthening your legs, toning your skin, squeezing into all of the back of your legs and thighs. And it's also a really great distraction technique. So as you do this, you can think about those women who work in the fields, pregnant, and they stop, they give birth, and they strap their baby to the back and carry on. Okay, so just I've run out of space, but I want you to come up and down your yoga mat, doing your plie, hugging up, plie, hugging it up, and just build that strength in your body so that it doesn't come as a huge shock when you're tired from laboring. Yeah. So coming up and down, up your yoga mat, down. We'll do 2 more breaths. We come to the top of your yoga mat. I'm just going to stretch out your hips here, so feet nice and wide. Your right foot just rests on top of your left knee. You're going to bend that left knee, so just going to stretch into the back of that thigh. If we were in a room now, we'd all hold hands. If your husband's near, if you've got a chair, if you've got anything you can hold on to, do it now. Don't fall out. hold the wall. Do the other side. I'm going to bend, left foot over your knee. So I'm looking at myself and I'm all wobbling. And sit back. Give yourself a smile. Stretch. It's a beautiful stretch. This is lovely to do against the wall. So just try it against the wall when you get a chance. Really good. And then bring yourself back down onto the floor, taking another child's pose. So toes together, sit on your heels, walk your hands down, breathing in here, inhaling and exhaling. Really good. Okay, just let everything settle. Maybe moving, rolling into your hips, rolling into your shoulders. Really good. It's all about instinctive movement. And then when you're ready, come up into your tabletop position. We're going to do pelvic floor exercises, which we'll do in every class. And it's just a way of finding something that works for you. So I'd say grab your pillow. What you want here is this a neutral spine. So it's okay if your spine's on a diagonal or flat, you just don't want to have any curves. So I always like just to have my hands kind of interlaced and elbows under my shoulders, and just make sure that my spine is in line. So again, it doesn't have to be, it can be on a slope, but you want to make sure everything is in line. I'm going to show you for a minute, but then I'm going to do this seated, because otherwise I just hurt my neck. So bring yourself into a nice neutral position. You can close your eyes. All you're going to do is breathe, okay? So once you're set up, give me a thumbs up, then I'll know that I can get up. Brilliant. Okay, so finding that neutral spine, you're nice and relaxed. And what you're going to do is you're going to imagine that you're holding your pee midstream. Okay, so find that feeling. You're going to breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe in, hold that pee. Okay? Hold that pee and breathe naturally. Take 10 breaths. Okay, give me a thumbs up when you've done those 10 breaths. Okay, so you've got that pee. You're going to take a deep breath in, really, really, really strong. Now you're going to release that pee. So blow the breath, release the pee, let it go. That's gone. Great. Now you are going to take a deep breath in, just to regulate. Let it go. And now as you inhale, I want you to squeeze your bum. And you're going to hold a piece of spaghetti inside your bum. Okay? Squeeze it in nice and tight. Hug that bit of spaghetti in. Do not let that spaghetti go. And breathe naturally. 10 breaths. Let's go. Okay, good. Give me a thumbs up when you've done those 10. Perfect. Okay. Take a deep breath in. All right, you're going to let the spaghetti go. Blow it out. It's all gone. Right. Now take another breath just to regulate. And this time you're going to hug your baby tight up inside your body. So hug your baby, tuck your baby in up towards your spine. Keep the back flat though, so you don't want to curve. It's just your belly that's coming up. So you're hugging your belly up. You'll hug your baby in, tuck your baby inside those ribs. Good. Okay, breathe naturally. Inhale and exhale. Keep that baby tucked tight. Okay. Notice how that feels. You're just breathing naturally. Okay, so think back to holding the pee midstream. Didn't feel like this. Your whole body wasn't engaged. No. So just notice that's how that feels. A lot of people think that practicing pelvic floor is holding a pee midstream, and it doesn't. It you think it is, but it's not. Your pelvic floor has got so much more to do. Okay, so think back to holding the spaghetti. Squeeze it in. You don't need to hold the spaghetti, just think how it felt. Keep the baby hugged in. And yeah, let that spaghetti go. But your baby's still tight, okay? You're going to breathe in, hug your baby in. On your next exhale, So don't do it yet. Wait till I've got the instruction. You're going to blow the breath out, okay? And you're going to see if you can release your baby 50%. Have a go. Notice what happens, what relaxes. Where does the breath go? Again, inhale. So your baby's 50% now. We're going to blow another 50% of that 50%. So you've still got 25% of your baby hugged in. So let it go. Okay, again, notice, where does that breath go? Okay, deep breath in, keep that baby hugged in. And this time we're going to blow the last 25% out. And you're going to blow as if you're blowing away those dandelion seeds. Get pelvis is relaxed and jaw's relaxed. Blow it out. And then sit back into your child's pose and just let everything lengthen and release. Good. Okay, so that is something I would suggest you do quite a lot. You don't necessarily need to do the 10 breaths of the spaghetti and the pea. It's just a way of kind of isolating. Once you know the feeling, then you can practice. We're going to come into relaxation. So grabbing your pillow, make yourself comfortable, and find somewhere for you to relax. If you want to sit up, that's a nice way to relax because it's also very accessible. So when you're sat on the sofa, being able just to kind of switch into relaxation mode is really helpful. If you need to lie down, make sure you're on your left side, please. The reason we lay on our left sides is because your womb, unless you have a heart-shaped womb, in which case it's irrelevant which side you lay on, your womb is slightly bigger on the bottom left side, so we're just trying to find a way to get the baby to gravitate down into the left. It's not just nonsense. It actually is scientifically necessary. If your baby's breech, then yeah, it makes no difference either. However, if you lay back on your back, your baby's likely to potentially cut off your air supply and you will wake up and but your baby will be fine. Your baby's always fine. It's about you. So find your comfortable relaxation pose. If you can, bring one hand to your baby and one hand to your heart, or just one hand to your baby, wherever is accessible for you. This is your time now anyway. Softly start to breathe gently, allowing your body just to calm and relax. Inhaling and exhaling. Reminding ourselves of the affirmation we said at the beginning. Everything your baby needs is here within you. You are everything your baby needs. So just softly letting that wash over you. Imagining where your baby lives, imagining the womb, the sounds. How does it feel? Is it warm? Is it cool? How does your baby move? I like to think that your baby's fluid, just exploring, wriggling, nestling, finding somewhere comfortable to sit. The sound of your heart is just a consistent reminder that mummy's here. And it just makes them feel at home. And then it's lovely just to acknowledge that actually you are your baby's home. Everything your baby needs is there within you. And this journey is only you and your baby. So just notice how you feel. Any emotions that aren't really what you're expecting, just allow them to be there. Give them space. And then let them go. It's really useful to use your time when you're pregnant to begin to accept and explore and be open to different situations that are not really what you were hoping for, and just reminding yourself that the unknown is okay and that everything is as it should be. And if that means that something doesn't go to plan, then it's time to rewrite the plan. Okay? Children and babies, their brains work differently. It's a lovely innocence. They're open to change. They're open to explore. Everything they do is about finding out how this works. And if it doesn't work, they don't mind. It's just a lesson. See if you can apply that to yourself or your mentality about anything really during pregnancy. It's definitely hard. It's definitely one of the hardest things to learn. I think 3 babies in, I finally succumbed. But yeah, just allow anything that comes into your head, any worries, any nerves, just let them be there, because they're your self-conscious. But then let them go and see if you can breathe them away. See if when you exhale, they go a little bit further. And just play with that for a minute. And then just allow your body just to really relax. Allow your eyelids, cheekbones, lips, wrists, ankles, knees, elbows, chest, belly, soft, relaxed, supported by the ground or from where you're sat. Only your breath. You can only control your breath. And then if you do find your mind wandering off to the places you don't really want to be, remember, come back to the breath. Count the inhale, count the exhale. And just be kind to yourself. If you've got your hand on your baby, keep that hand there. If you can, bring one hand to your heart. Bring one hand to your heart as well. Nothing you do will disappoint me. I have no preconception for what I want to see you be or for what I want to see you do. I wish only to discover you. You can't disappoint me. Allow those words just to settle around you. Notice how it makes you feel. Maybe say them internally. Maybe send them down to your baby. Maybe send them to your younger self. Just show yourself some loving kindness. Then when you're ready, we're going to end as we began. So finding your way back up into a seated position. Moving slowly, fluidly. Start to move as your baby would. And then you will kind of remember. So you're going to bring yourself back up to a seated position, rolling your shoulders up and back, and then bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Sigh the breath out. We're going to just practice, end the practice with 3 arms. You're welcome to join in. You are welcome to just listen. It's a universal sound of love, and the vibrations really make your body feel good. So if you want to have one hand on your belly here, you can lick your lips. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in. Breathe in. hold your forehead down. You can brush your third eye with your fingertips and seal our practice. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the week, and I'll see you again.
Goodbye.